fucking...
It's I don't know what time it is, honestly. People, hi.
It's
My name
8:45 in New York.
it's 8:45 in New York, 5:45 in whatever I am in California, and well, Malcolm, it's not here, and they let me host a show, and
He
I don't
said
know
he
what
might be
I'm.
a little late, not home yet.
Matt, we're live now, and I hope you understand that me as a host,
What's
like
alive?
you take it serious
Are we
because I don't think.
alive?
Yeah, I don't think nobody's gonna watch this show. But hi, people that's watching. I don't know if you're watching. If you're watching, comment on the.
I
You
think
know,
we got like 2 live viewers when I hosted the last time, so if we can at least get that, I'll be
if
good.
we can at least get one viewer, I'm fine with that because we're doing this for you. You, the viewer, you, the watcher, you, whoever you are. This late night with Take Three. I'm not the 17-year-old old guy that used to be here and now has a girlfriend. I'm not. Hey, you're right. And
Have
I'm
you
not.
seen his, wait, have you seen what his Twitter name is now?
The infamous Evan DiCaprio. Evan, come back to the show. If you're watching, I'll send you the link. Hey, cool guy. See you. I like you. We're gonna
He's
talk
a cool
about.
guy.
Look, Malcolm is not here, so we cannot play the game right now. But we're gonna talk about. We're gonna get into the main topic later. But me and Matt we're discussing what we're gonna talk about, and we're gonna talk about some trailers. So the first one we want to talk about was the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood trailer. Matt, I'm a big Tarantino fan. Pulp Fiction is my favorite movie. According to the reactions, it's the more Pulp Fictionist story. So I'm pretty excited for this movie. Probably my number one of the year after The Irishman. Actually, it was my number two of the year after The Irishman. So tell me, Matt, what do you think about this trailer other than the carousel? Hi, Jonathan Peck. I'm seeing your questions.
I thought the trailer was fantastic. I This is a movie that the cast and the director got me really excited for. And then that first teaser dropped, and this just shot up to like, this is probably my most anticipated movie of the summer. Um, it just and this trailer just looks so fascinating. Like I want to watch the movie now. Like I love Pulp Fiction is my favorite Tarantino movie as well, but like just looking at this trailer and as someone who was such a fan of Hollywood and like history and all that, this looks on track to it could maybe be my favorite Tarantino movie. I love Pitt in this. I think this is going to be more his story than DiCaprio's. Um, the cast is what I love. Like DiCaprio is playing like such a... Sorry, this was my brother. Can you give me 1 second? I have to
I
answer this.
give him the second. So I'm gonna give you my thoughts about the trailer. I just thought it was fantastic. Well, it looks fantastic. I honestly, I don't think the trailer at the end kind of lost me. I think it lost pace and stuff. But when we talk about maybe look, I was thinking about the morning that the trailer came out. I was thinking who you can compare Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt to, like early years. I was thinking they're probably the Pacino, De Niro, Perry. They never worked together until Heat, and they were in the scene together actually, 1995. And this is like Pete and Tarantino, probably a little younger. Well, Heat was 95, Tarantino has to be 20, 25. They were from the 50s, so they're working a little earlier in their career together. And I was thought this is a perfect pair. Two of the biggest stars in the world. Like I saw this tweet from Ann Baxter from IndieWire, which you should follow if you like these academic conversations, and I don't know what else to talk about. Uh, and she said these are movie stars, and I definitely agree with her. They just show the powerhouse, so they are on screen. And I think when someone in Tarantino is behind him, behind them, it's just incredible. Want to talk about Margot Robbie, Sharon Tate? I think we just see a little line from her. Like, no, don't question Tarantino on that because according to Variety, he'll shut you down. Really, that was a terrible headline. So, uh, nice to see. Jonathan Peck, I agree with you. You give him. Luke Perry just passed away recently. From France, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't watch Friends, But it was nice seeing him. It just shows maybe out of respect, but it also shows him a whoa, Luke Perry. Yeah, Luke Perry from Friends, right? He was in a connection. I don't remember. People. I don't watch them. Forces, Goofy, Americans. No, he was not in Friends. Now I feel stupid. Well, uh, I don't know what else. Oh no, that's movies. Loving, Beverly, The Simpsons, like no, you were not in France? What were your favorite? Oh, Hills 90210. I never watched that show, so you know, I never thought I was gonna stay alone. Malcolm's not here, so people will want to stay with me, listening to talk, just ask questions in the chat. It'll be really, really nice. But I cannot really talk about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood trailer because I was not imagining to be alone that this far. But let's talk about something else. Let's spice it up. Let's add some seasoning, maybe some salt. Let's add some spice. Let's add some chili. Add some garlic. I'm solo talking right now. Matt is not here. Archie's dad in Riverdale. He's Archie's dad in Riverdale. I've never seen that show. People viewer. I'm not that big of a TV watcher. I only watch things on Netflix. That's my limited. I've never seen an episode of Game of Thrones, which we could talk about that. We could talk about Game of Thrones and everything, but I don't think neither Matt or I watch, so it's hard to go back there. So let's just keep it on track. I don't know what else to talk about actually. This is getting really really fucking bad. I never thought this was gonna happen. Well, this is the solo show. It's what you have to do.
Sorry about that.
Matt is back. Matt, you have no idea what kind of monologue did I just go back to.
I
Look,
don't
man,
know. I'm
I
gonna
have
have
a
to leave in a couple seconds. Like I'll be back. I just will have to leave. I have to something with my neighbor.
I have a question, Matt.
Yes.
So I was talking to the viewers
Yes.
that probably DiCaprio and Pete are the equivalent, maybe not as calibers as actors, of De Niro and Pacino. And this is like they hit, like
Okay, so you're
they're
saying like this is their heat where these two actors, these titans, finally get to work together?
yes, something like that. Maybe not
It's
at that level.
actually like when you
Tell
look at
tell
like
me
comparing when you
tell
look
me,
at like comparing like where Michael Mann as a director in '95 when he came out, where Pacino and De Niro were, I will say Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is kind of Pitt and DiCaprio's heat. I will,
yeah,
yeah, I'll agree with that.
yeah, because I said it like that. If I rank actors, I think it's De Niro, Pacino, DiCaprio, and Pate as actors. I'll be honest.
I think the thing about Pitt that is so cool is he was his career could have been so one thing. Like he really sort of came from Providence with Thelma and Louise, where he was just like, pretty boy, and then he did what's the movie?
Cool War, Fight
What?
Club, Cool War,
No, he did
Seven.
something like
Someone loses 91.
okay, I'll be right back. It's something. I'll be right back. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize.
Breaking Matt's neighbor is on jail. Is in jail. Cool guy. I agree with. Most anticipated movie of the year. Definitely. It's as I said, it was my number two. If I rank my most anticipated movies of 2019, it was The Irishman. It was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Avengers Endgame. And this is because Tarantino, of course, Tarantino is my favorite director. Like, if you see his filmography, you go back for Reservoir Dogs. Just an incredible film. And just get to show, like, just with a talented screenwriter and director in his case, you can make an amazing film. Not that much of a budget. Incredible actors, Tim Roth, Michael Madsen, part of those. Harvey Keitel. He just got to work with fantastic actors at the moment. Then you put it next to Pulp Fiction, which was his full-on entry. And actually, I one of those people that think that if you see movies that change cinema in a way, you go back to The Godfather, probably in the 70s. You can go back to Citizen Kane, that they changed the way we make movies. And I think it was one of those films that Pulp Fiction is one of those because it not only sort of a new craze of these indie directors working, being creative, I don't know. I just cannot tell you who else, but like we all talk about and the Tarantino being a creative force. He has been able to keep his career for now almost 30 years. In 2 years from now, wait, well 4 years from now, it's gonna be 30 years working in this. He's working way earlier because he wrote other movies before Silver Dog, but that was his point entry. Uh, what else? What else? Okay, so talking about Matt was talking about Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt got this high end of the thing because he got to work with probably two times in a row. Well, probably FICO was not as well accepted in the beginning, but but he got to work with David Fincher. He's one of his collaborators. They work together, if I'm not mistaken, three times, right? Seven, Fight Club, and what's that movie that I don't remember? And The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. No, Matt is not here. Why don't we go back to the career of Brad Pitt? So 1990. So Matt said, "Tell me, Luis, True World, no, True Romance." That was probably when we first saw him as an actor of this cool guy. Legends of the Fall, Interview with a Vampire, The Vampire Chronicles. But I think that big jump was 7 as an actor because then he did 12 Monkeys, The Devil's Own, 7 Years in Tibet, with Joe Black, which I don't think is that good actually. Snatch, Mexico. I think Ocean's 11 was like full on. Oh, this is a star. He was next to George Clooney, who I don't know, it's really good. But But I think Brad Pitt stole the show in that movie. Or maybe Matt Damon, that one part, I think, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I just, Troy was his probably big starting. I remember seeing that movie in theater. I remember falling asleep to it. I was a kid. I was about 8 years old, 7 years old. And watch it. So anyway, like, there you go, Miss Smith. He got to work with Iñárritu in Babel. Ocean's 15. Jesse James, Born After. He's playing with the Coen brothers in Burn After Reading. And what else is in Coen brothers? That movie. He's only Burn After Reading. Yeah, and Charlie thought he was in another one. And this game just sat of me talking alone. Where's Malcolm? Where's Matt? I don't know. I saw doing. So this is just becoming really awkward. It just things happen online. There's nothing else to talk about. You can see, I don't know, people tell me, what about those NBA finals? So what happened to who won Toronto? Toronto takes game 4 to win the series. It's 2-2 Toronto, and que caray, público difícil. I can start speaking Spanish. Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes, buenas noches. So we have Toronto against I don't know who. I can back people. I may send in fucking link to Toronto versus the Golden State Warriors. Oh no, Golden State pass. Oh, it's Milwaukee versus Toronto. It's live right now. It's 2-2. Damn, Golden State Warriors are still in it. Malcolm will be short.
Hi guys, I'm really sorry. I'm waiting for my neighbor to drop off keys from my room to watch their dog. Mind you, this woman lives right next door to me. It's taken about like 20 minutes to drop these fucking keys off. That's why I've been coming and going, and I'll have to go again. Back to what I was saying about Pitt. The interesting thing about Pitt is, and I remember the movie Legends of the Fall was the other one. He could have been one of these pretty boy actors who just went off his looks and just did parts like that. But he at a certain point wanted to don't want to say he wanted to become an actor, but like he actually started to challenge himself, and he did stuff, like Moneyball and like Inglourious Bastards, and I think he's a really good actor in those movies, and he's really interesting, and that's why I'm glad that he's teaming up with Tarantino again, because this looks like such a good role for him. Like because the thing about Pitt is like he is really funny. He has a good like sense of humor. And I like that you get to have that in this character, but again, seemingly, but you also have kind of the seriousness still of like, I mean, he's an Oscar-nominated actor now. No, he hasn't won yet, right?
I mean, he won an Oscar for 12 Years a Slave as a
He's never been.
producer.
I mean, he's only been nominated. He's never won.
Yeah, nominated for Curious
He's
Case
never
of
been nominated
Benjamin.
for acting.
Yeah,
He's never been nominated for
I
acting.
thought he was nominated for Moneyball.
He has been nominated twice.
He's been nominated for Moneyball.
No, three times. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Moneyball,
and I think Inglourious Bastards.
No, 12 Monkeys. I'm seeing it right now.
That's right. Yeah, 12 Monkeys. Holy shit. That's right. 12 Monkeys.
So, Malcolm, you listening to me right now, right? What do you think about that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood trailer we got yesterday?
It looks good. I mean, I just don't. I mean, it's one of those ones I still don't really know what to expect from it. I expect a good movie, but yeah, I was always going to see it either way.
So Matt told me right before we go into the show, he didn't know Manson was on the movie. Do you know Manson was on the movie if you were watching any of the trailers?
You know who Charles Manson is?
Yeah, I know who Charles Manson is. I'm pretty sure Tarantino actually mentioned it when he was talking about this movie in an interview that it was going to be set around the era of the Manson murders.
Oh, okay. I love Malcolm. Did anyone catch Malcolm's tooth there? So I don't read every article about every freaking movie. This too, I like that, Matt. You'd be like, well, in this article that I read that had Tarantino talking about it. I forgot. Apparently, to work at Take-3, you have to read every news article that comes out for every movie.
I actually think you have to be well versed when we're discussing on this. We're moving on to our next trailer, which Matt has not watched. We're gonna talk about the Toy Story 4 trailer. This is the 4th entry in the Toy Story open universe. It's it's 9 years after the last one. So this trailer, I'm gonna give my opinion first. I'm with Matt. We're talking about Matt, give me a second. Give me my opinion, man. This is my fucking show right now. Please. I understand. Like, I don't understand why it's here. It's kind of weird. It's just like, oh, sure, why not? But it's just crazy to think. Like, it's just hard to grasp because you thought the story was over, and even though the movie looks fantastic, I think we cannot compare the Pixar animation. They spent about $100 million more than most of the studios in animation movies. They take about 4 years working on it. Animation looks perfect. I bet you I'm gonna have fun. There's so many existential crises of what's a toy, what's not, like what's a human. Those abortion laws, fuck you Alabama and fuck you Georgia and every single fucking state that's passing them that are unfair. I'm not going to talk about that because that's not the kind of show. But I think it looks good. I don't know if it's going to be fantastic as Tom Hanks and Tim Allen has said it, but I think it looks good. I think it's going to be a serviceable film. But it's hard to get excited about a movie. Like, I don't want it. I'm fine watching it. I'm gonna watch it opening weekend probably, but it's just hard. I think it's gonna be good. I don't know if it's gonna be fantastic. Malcolm, what do you think? Are you a man or a Muppet?
Can't someone be both at the same time? But anyway, I love the Toy Story 4 trailer. I mean, I'm one that I always wanted to see more adventures of the toys after 3 because I mean it's one of those ones like it makes you sometimes it does make you wonder on sort of what the adventures are like with different owners, whether they have different kind of adventures or quite similar things when it comes to playtime. But this one is definitely good. Look really good. Like with Keanu Reeves playing a not so subtle reference to Duke Nukem. His character is called Duke Kaboom, so it's going to be really interesting to see how he plays.
You talk about the size, you know, but have you watched any of those little shorts? I think they did like one Halloween special, and then one with Barbie at the bathtub. Have you watched any of them? And wouldn't you feel more happy if they keep making those other than a movie?
I mean, they're probably still going to keep making the Halloween specials or various specials that they're going to throw into Disney Plus, because we all know that there's that Forky show that they're developing for Disney Plus.
Monster Inc., right? It's a sequel.
They're doing the Monsters Inc. TV show, but they're doing a TV show based around the character Forky, which is being introduced in Toy Story 4.
I didn't know that, Matt. I did not read that article, just like you with the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But Matt, I asked Malcolm about the outside stories that come in those shorts they made, 30-minute shorts, 20-minute shorts. I don't remember how long they are. Cameron Holtzman says, I don't care about Toy Story 4 or the first two. I will not be seen in the theaters, but I watch it when it comes out digitally. Matt, do you agree with what Cameron just said?
No, well, it's difficult to say. I mean, I said this today before we went live. I'm not running to see this movie like I'm running to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I didn't watch this trailer because I kind of don't want this movie to exist. And that's not I'm an old man going, leave my Toy Story alone. Like, it's more just from, why does this exist? And now it could be that they had a great story that they wanted to tell and all this, but from the trailers that I've seen, it feels very much like the rehashed Woody plot of Toy Story 2, which is, do I want to be a toy to a kid forever, or do I want to do something else? And I don't need to see that again, because Toy Story 2 is my favorite Pixar movie. It's in my top 50 favorite movies of all time. So you're not going to do better than that. And I think what they were doing with Toy Story post Toy Story 3, I thought was a great way to go. Because I thought, they had the Halloween special and they had the Christmas special, and then they had a couple of Toy Story tunes. I thought, you know what, that is a really smart way. The whole cast came back for every single one of them. It wasn't like sometimes where you get these I don't want to call them knockoffs, but like spin-offs of these popular movies, and we don't get Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. We get people who kind of sound like them. I thought that was so great, and I was like, no, that's a really smart way to do it, because then you just get these little adventures with the Toy Story characters that we love, but it's not a new movie. It's just another adventure, whereas here, it's another movie. It's just, I don't really need to see this movie. Will I see it? Yes, I will. But that's also because it's like, I don't live in this world where it's like, this movie is not insulting to me at all. I think it's a pointless film to make, but who knows? Maybe when I see it, I'll like it, and maybe I won't. But as of right now, I don't really want to see this movie. And he's on the phone, so Malcolm, are you man or Muppet? Did we answer that question? I will check the chat and see what the chat is saying.
But anyway, on the side note on Toy Story, in the video games that like Kingdom Hearts 3 and stuff, which the Toy Story characters appeared, they didn't actually get the original cast back. But Woody was played by Jim Hanks.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Let me see
that's in the video game side of things. Like,
Oh,
for
in the
sure.
video game.
okay, in the
Oh,
video- yeah, I know his brother Jim does the toys and everything, but I'm talking about the cartoons.
Yeah, yeah, no, I know.
That's all of them.
I just said it as an interesting side note. So
No, yeah, there's a great it's a Graham Norton interview that Tom Hanks did, and Graham Norton has the Woody doll, and he's like, "Is this you?" And he goes, "No, it's my brother Jim. They asked me if I wanted to do it, and I was like, no, I get my brother Jim, so he's made a career out of pretending to be me." You imagine that? Like you're just like,
he's been working for 20 years out of that, making toys out of Tom Hanks' boys.
no, like that's what I was about to say. Imagine you were Tom Hanks' brother, and you are lucky enough to sound enough like your brother that Disney and Pixar, for every video game that Woody's in, all the toys where he speaks, all these things, you have like just a good old money bag rolling in, all because your brother is like, I don't really need to spend time doing this. Get my brother Jim to do it. I hope Jim gives Tom a good Christmas gift every year for that.
Yeah. Okay, so Cameron Coleman say, I already got a perfect trilogy. Just to mention, have you guys watched How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World?
No, because the only How to Train Your Dragon movie I've seen is the first one.
What about you, Malcolm?
It's theaters.
Yeah, I've still got to see 2 as well.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about that.
But I have seen Manning Frank's video on the trilogy, which you guys should check out on his channel.
It's an excellent video, I have to say.
Really great for someone who hasn't watched the whole trilogy. It even though people would be like, "Well, didn't you fucking spoil it?" It did make me want to check it out. It's just I liked the first How to Train Your Dragon. I was a freshman in high school when that movie came out. I think it was just like I was like, it's good, but then I wasn't like having to see every like How to Train Your Dragon movie after that. Like,
okay, so we're not taking any more tangents. We're just taking signs. So, Matt, tell me, how good are you in trigonometry?
Trigonometry? I'm fucking horrible.
He has no idea what trigonometry is. Malcolm, what about you?
It's a type of math. I know that much.
Yeah, I'm terrible at trigonometry.
Yeah, so they have no idea what's a sine, cosine, sine. You know, everything that I know because I'm a good student. I'm a STEM major. I actually want to make a living. So what
the hell was that comment?
Just take it.
I graduated with a bachelor's degree. Thank you very much, sir. I think I'm doing fine.
You know, Matt, I'm gonna say that Matt actually just graduated. So, Matt, if you had to give someone how you call an advice about college, what would it be?
I think my first advice, and this is being actually legitimate, having just finished 4 years of college, if you are thinking that college is not for you, but you're gonna go just because everyone does, I would say take a year off, get a job, you could get a good paying job like a grocery store or some, work there for a year, and then decide. Because I can't tell you how many people I've met who went to school because they were like, this is just what you do, didn't want to be there, don't want to put in the work to find jobs like, super high paying jobs after school. They just want to skate by in life. They probably shouldn't be there. But if you're someone who you do, like I wanted to go to school, all that, I'm going to steal a quote from Mr. Miyagi. Balance. Balance is key. I have also met way too many workaholic kids, and they need to have like a fucking 4.0 GPA and like all this shit, and like anytime they're not in school, they're just reading textbooks and all this shit. Like, try to have fun. Try to like find that balance between writing essays and then also just like even through the research, like have fun researching. Like if you can, like I was lucky enough last semester, I was in a media course and we got to choose our topics. I got to write a paper on Sylvester Stallone. I got to watch Rocky IV and the first 2 Rambo movies as research for a research project. So have fun. I started working for Take 3 when I was in college. So it was
okay. That's enough.
Yeah. I'm
So I just wanna I just wanna say, I was doubting my relationship with Cameron Holtzman right now because he said he didn't care about the Toy Story movies, but we just reinstituted a relationship. We're gonna become best friends. Cameron sent me a message. I'm just kidding, please do not. But he says math is cool. So moving on to the third trailer, come out today.
that cool guy said fuck math.
Yeah, fact math. I will say fact math. So
Listen.
Matt, we're trying to moving on.
It's all the math you need to be able to do. It's all right there. If you can use it in a grocery store, it's good to learn. But past that, like, I'm sorry, I don't fucking need to know like trigonometry. I don't need to know A equals the C times the volume of a fucking sphere. How the fuck will that help me in life? Didn't get me laid in 21 years, that's for certain.
Okay, so moving on. Talking
That happened for everyone. Did everyone's camera just like,
yes.
oh shit, is this a perfect lead up? Are the machines taking over?
I think that what's happened. So
Yeah.
Terminator, what's the name? Dark Fate.
Dark Fate.
Sarah Connor's back. There's some interesting story. Ross is Elsa. Arnold's back, even though he didn't get a line. The music is really bad in my opinion, but I think it's very, Cameron Holden know what's up. So Mark, is this going to be the best Terminator sequel? After Judgment Day, because it's gonna be hard to top.
Yes, Malcolm, since we all found out his opinions on the Terminator sequel.
Yeah, as I said on Rankin, I do not care about the Terminator movies that much, and I did not watch this trailer, so I don't know what it looked like.
You haven't watched the trailer. You guys don't do the research.
I didn't care. I mean, I didn't care enough about Terminator, just like Matt did with Toy Story 4. I didn't care enough about this movie to watch a trailer for it.
So have you watched every Terminator sequel? Hello?
No, I think that was a question for you.
Yeah. I think.
I haven't watched any of them since T2.
Okay, but you watched one, so there's no question for you, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Is this franchise back? Because we know people care about it internationally. Last one made 400 million worldwide. I don't think if it had made less than it wouldn't happen. But this one has Arnold. It has an incredible director. We saw what he can do with action in Deadpool. He has the back. James Cameron, this one, it actually seems he has the back of the director and the producers. They work together. But according to this interview I saw with Mike G in a show that starts named Collide Live, Cameron was also part of the creative team in Salvation. So I don't know what to say about it. But what do you think about the trailer?
I'm trying to get. I don't know why it's not popping up. I'm trying to. Oh, there it is.
I don't want that.
It's the Terminator theme from the original movie. Which perfectly in because the original Terminator is in my top 10 favorite films of all time. It's the first R-rated movie I ever saw. Linda Hamilton. She holds the distinction of my first movie boobs. Miss Hamilton. That's why I don't think I can ever meet her. And that movie means so much to me. That first movie, it really, I saw it at a really impactful time. I was in 6th grade, and it kind of just changed my perception of. I was like, you got to realize the movies I saw before that, like it was all like I was watching like Star Wars and Indiana Jones and like Space Jam, and then you see the Terminator. Like, I've never seen an R-rated movie before. The worst thing I ever saw in a movie was, like, okay, maybe the end of Raiders is a little crazy, but, like, a whole fucking movie. And then, of course, seeing all the sequels. 2 is a really, really solid follow-up. I don't think it's as good as the first, but it's a good follow-up. 3 is it's a good popcorn. Like, it's a really good movie. I would say if you have a good sound system, a nice big screen, get the Blu-ray, get some friends together. It's a fun summer blockbuster movie. I think the end of that movie, though, was amazing. 4, I actually really like Salvation. I wish it would have focused more on John Connor, I think it would have been a better plot. And Genesis is horrible. So that all leads to Dark Fate, which is it back? You know, is former governor of California. I'm just Schwarzenegger. I think for me, yes. But as some people who are considered to be killers and outlaws in a movie trivia contest and Beast might tell you can't be excited for, I'm very excited for this movie. This trailer, I was talking to you before. I don't think the teaser was well put together. I think the music really was not a great choice. But for a teaser trailer, the story, which again, I haven't read into anything, the story it teased gets me really, really interested. Not giving Arnold a line, I thought was a really, really interesting. Like, I kind of like the fact that with the poster and with this trailer, they're banking this on Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor being back, and I really like that. I like that it's not the Arnold show. Like, the last one was they were banking on, like, old Arnold versus young Arnold, whereas this one, it's like, no, Sarah Connor's back. I can't wait for this movie. I can't wait for the next show. I really hope that they improve on their marketing. But my ticket was bought already for this when those first images came out, and I saw Linda Hamilton and Arnold, and I just want to see the movie now. Yeah, sorry for the long way to get from my elbow to my ass with that answer, but it is back for me, indeed.
You know what? I was rewatching the trailer right now. I was just rewatching. It just seemed more like an intimate story. I don't know. It just came out like that. It doesn't seem to have these bigger set pieces, which I think it will probably help because I think I don't know what happened. So
Cameron Holtzman hasn't seen any of the Terminator movies.
let's talk reference
You
Cameron.
and Malcolm are both on my list. Him for Stallone, and now you with Schwarzenegger. What is wrong with people? And you know what, Malcolm? You know what his excuse is? It's the same shit you got because in Canada, they're not streaming anywhere. You fuckers in your streaming services need to get their shit together outside the U.S.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna say it looks more like an intimate story. It looks more. I wouldn't call it interesting, but let's just look little fun. So it looks fun. I think it looks fun. I have trust in Team Leader. When you
Interesting comment to give this movie about a world on the verge of nuclear war and post-apocalypse. You're like, it's
look, Matt, one of the funnest movies I've seen is Seven, and that's with Gwyneth Paltrow's health in the box. I actually think that's a really fun movie. But moving on, before we go to our main topic, which is live action remakes, Disney, which there have been 10. So start preparing your rankings if you have not seen more than 10. Well, that's your fucking problem. But I saw this hashtag today coming out. Make Solo 2 happen. Something like that, right? What the fuck's wrong with people? I have to give my thoughts. I like the movie. I think I'm one of the only person that actually enjoyed it when it came out. I had no problem with Aaron and Renee. I just said it's a different film, a different story. Sure, he is not Harrison Ford. I saw. I have this incredible crush with Emilia Clarke, even though I have never seen an episode of Game of Thrones. But I fall in love with her in Terminator Jenny Smith, or Me Before You, which you should probably watch, which I think came out early. I don't remember, but Me Before You, it's amazing. So, Mark, do you think there's a possibility, a small one? Whoa, Matt, we're gonna work with Matt because I went to Malcolm early. Is there a possibility, Matt, that we get a Solo 2?
I don't think we'll get one because at the moment all we know is that there's that new trilogy coming, and that's all the Star Wars one has been dates that have been sort of locked for Star Wars. So and we know that's going to be a trilogy, and but yeah, I mean, I think we're probably more likely to get maybe a TV series on Disney Plus, or something than we do an actual Solo 2 movie. Um, because I mean, I've come around on Solo. I like after rewatching it a few times, like I've started to sort of enjoy it for what it is, but I don't think we need a sequel.
I mean, it was definitely that they set up a sequel in the movie. You know, it lets loose ends. We spoilers if you have not watched it. I don't know why you're doing watching this show. You should watch every single movie that you can in your life. So, Matt, are you listening?
Just
Okay,
come back to me.
okay, I'll come back to Matt because he's writing things. But it set up a sequel. I don't remember what it set up. But I was also thinking maybe a Disney Plus show, probably 8 episodes. But like, would it make it justice? Because I have this question about those TV series from movies coming out. I think it's really hard doing that because you lose this spectacle that many people don't have. That's always been my problem with Legends of Shield, Agents of Shield, that it was hard coming from the MCU to the back down instead of the Netflix shows that they really seem different. Like they even have a different aesthetic that make it easier for you like to comprehend them, and they don't have as many references and they don't have characters that you've seen in movies, which actually I think it helps a lot. But like Malcolm, is it just in general? Do you like to see a series from from movies series? You know, do you understand me? Like
Yeah,
the
yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I mean, I like I the reason I think we'll get a series over another movie is that like well yes like it has to be done on a smaller scale and all that, but then again Disney also has enough money from Endgame alone to be able to splash out on their TV series, and it's not like they're going to run out of money. And, I mean, I actually enjoyed Agent Shield. I mean, while with this new series, Agent Shield has they've kind of backed themselves into a corner a little bit because it's going to be sort of its own sort of timeline, and it's still apparently set before the snap, which is weird because which they only did because when it was renewed, they didn't know whether it was going to air in the summer after Endgame or where it was actually going to air in relation to the movies. So they had, but they did reference the Infinity War last season. So it's definitely Agents of Shield. This new season is one that is going to take them all over the place. It's interesting to see how they sort of get themselves out of it.
so Matt magically transformed to another person, another
I
camera.
did. I
And
had to
now
move.
he's
That
wearing
way,
a
when my neighbor decides to show up, I'll
he's
actually hear her.
so
So I
mad.
had to move.
What are your two thoughts about Solo getting a sequel? Possibly. I don't think it's gonna happen honestly, but possibly.
I would love it if it got a sequel. I'm a really big fan of Solo. It took me some time to come around to it, but I know this is going to piss off some people. It's my favorite of the Disney Star Wars stuff since Rogue One. Um, I think that a sequel could really, like, I really, really like Solo, but I think that a sequel could be even better because now, like, the parts that I don't like about Solo, like L3, can't be in it because she's dead. Spoilers. And I also think like my favorite thing in Solo was Kira and Han. I thought that relationship was really interesting and how it ended. I want to see how it sort of continues. So I think a sequel could be great. I think the issue is it profitable with Disney? Because the problem was Solo got really it came out at a really bad time because so many fans were burned on Last Jedi and there were all the boycotts and all this and I mean, and so people spoke with their wallets and the movie didn't perform that well. So will it get a sequel? Probably not. I would love it if it did, but I think the thing is everyone who's making, hashtag make Solo 2 happen, they're all the people who went to the theater, Like I retweeted Alex Damon's tweet. Like, but all of us tweeting, we're all the people who saw the movie. And I think for like Malcolm is a fan of the show like Timeless on NBC. We're both big fans of that, and there was a huge campaign to get that show when it got canceled to get a second season, and we did. But like a TV show and like a multi-million-dollar movie for Disney and the hardcore fans are two different things. Because like TV views and all that, like there's a lot of different things that go into TV for like on demand and iTunes sales and all this. Whereas with a movie, it's like, does it make money in the time we have it in theaters? And if hardcore Star Wars fans aren't willing to see this movie like 6 million times in the theaters, I'm not sure how profitable it will be for Disney.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you these questions both. I just need a simple answer. I'm gonna give you two options. You get a Lando spin-off with Donald Glover, or you get a Solo sequel. What do you want to watch right now, Malcolm?
I mean, a Lando movie could be interesting because we don't know much. Like, even going into Empire Strikes Back, I don't think there was much that's been sort of said about the characters. So, could be interesting to see kind of the backstory. And I did like Donald Glover as Lando because I thought he captured that character well.
Matt.
Solo sequel.
Solo sequel. Interesting. Which will definitely assume Lando.
I think like with Lando, it's like, what backstory do you need to tell? Like it you know.
Yeah, but in saying that, I thought the same with Han Solo before Solo was announced too. So, the other thing, the reason I don't think we're going to get another theatrically released Solo movie is just look at the box office. It
bombed.
Well, it didn't bomb because
It bombed.
its production budget was $275 million. It made just over. It made about almost 400 million.
If you divide by half, which it made 200, it lost 75 million alone without counting marketing. So it bombed. It's not a flop; it's a bomb. And if
it was 200 domestically. It was 400 worldwide.
Yeah, that's a problem. It bombed. Still, it bombed. They don't get that. So moving on to our main topic, which actually I don't know if you guys are prepared to. We're going to talk about the Disney live-action Disney sequel. And I have this interesting. I have this list pulled out, which is out of the 10 Disney remakes. Some of you guys have watched the majority of it. Yeah, the remakes. Have you guys watched Dumbo?
No, I haven't, because Malcolm can tell you the reason why.
Okay, so I don't care. So continuing. So we're gonna go back and see which actually have been remake. So let's go with the first one, 1996, starring Glenn Close, 101 Dalmatians. You guys remember watching? I just remember having.
I remember both of those movies, 101 and 102.
Actually, I was gonna go with that. Let's talk about both of them because I did not remember there was a second one. Because I don't know what's wrong. I have never heard of the sequel to 101 Dalmatians, which was not animated and direct to be. What do you guys think about those movies? And maybe would you like to revisit? Well, we're revisiting that world that the university will call with Cruella, which is coming out at December next year, starring Emma Stone, if I'm not mistaken. If you don't know that, Matt, now you know.
I knew that. I heard about that.
Okay, I read the articles. But let's just let's talk about the movies. Malcolm, what's your favorite? What's the worst one? What do you want to see? Everything. Just throw it out of the window.
Yeah. So for me, I really did enjoy the Beauty and the Beast remake. I had a lot of fun with that movie, and I did think that it was a great movie. And just thought it was one that it captured the spirit of the animated run and even brought in some new elements. I mean, and the other one that I did like is the most recent one I've seen, which is Dumbo. Because they took the movie, which was about an hour long, and they actually expanded on that and sort of made it a more fleshed out story. And I did like what they did with it because I thought it was done perfectly and just such a great movie.
Okay, I don't agree with your take with Dumbo, but I see what are you saying. However, Matt, what's your favorite one?
Okay, of the live action Disney remakes.
Yes. I can refresh your memory if you need. Alice in
Sure,
Wonderland.
give me a refresh.
Okay. Under One Dimensions, 1 and 2. Alice in Wonderland. Maleficent, Cinderella, Jungle Book, Alice Through the Looking Glass, Beauty and the Beast, Christopher Robin, and Dumbo, because we have no watch Aladdin at the moment.
Um, out of the group of those I've seen, because I haven't seen Christopher Robin yet, I'm gonna have to go Beauty and the Beast. And Beauty and the Beast isn't that great. Like, it's not terrible. It's just the biggest issue with that movie is, which from what I've heard about Aladdin, is it just doesn't really add enough. It just doesn't. Because my thing about like a remake is, if you're taking a story that's already been told, what are you adding to it? What are you improving on it? Like, for instance, one of my favorite remakes is The Magnificent Seven, the original or the 2016 one, because the original was a remake of Seventh Samurai. What I liked about the 2016 remake was the characters were changed, updated. They had the storylines be a little bit more deep than in the original. Was just like, here are 7 kind of outlaws, and they're all heroes, and that's kind of it, very base level. Whereas in the newer one, they had different dimensions to them. The problem with Beauty and the Beast was it kind of was just Beauty and the Beast. It had a couple of scenes added to it, but again, I know, but I'm saying like this is clearly telling you what I feel about a lot of the other ones. Even though I do like 101 Dalmatians, I think that one is very similar to the same thing of just like I love the original 101 Dalmatians, and in both cases, they're not terrible movies. But when I compare both of them to their animated counterparts, the animated ones blow the live action ones out of the water. That's where my fear about Aladdin comes from. Is I love the animated one, and I just don't need to pay to see a new one with stuff added to it that doesn't make it better.
I see what everybody's saying. You know the thing with these live action remakes, when I look Cinderella, Jungle Book, and Beauty and the Beast, and Christopher Robin. I really like all those 4 movies. I think they're the best ones. I think we can all agree on that. I don't know if you guys can, but I felt magic when I'm in the theater. I felt great. But after I go out, it just leaves me myself. They're enjoyable films, but they usually don't resonate with you for some reason, because the animated one have been resonated in your life. I like Jungle Book. The one when I saw it, I just thought it was amazing. I still think it's a really good movie, but it just have moved on from me. Because it was on my top of the year. It came out 2016, 20, yeah, it came out 2016, right? Yeah, it came out in 2016, and it's just crazy to think they just move on. It's the same with Beauty and the Beast. I remember watching it. I had a blast watching it in theater with my friends. 7, 20-year-old guys watching Beauty and the Beast is just crazy, and we were the ones singing and everything. It was an experience, but it's just crazy to think those remixes. It's hard because I was listening to the Aladdin soundtrack they uploaded. I haven't listened to every single song, but it just they try to recapture the magic, and you hardly do that. I don't know about Aladdin, guys. I can listen my audio on your computer, so I don't know if someone has it like a little tool. So I will appreciate that. But it's crazy to think those. But Malcolm, I know you're a big fan of Christopher Robin. It's like a sequel to Winnie Pooh. Is there any other?
Wait, does that count as a live action remake then?
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
but I don't count Christopher Robin as a live action remake.
It's just a sequel to
yeah,
Winnie the Pooh.
but
it's the same with Alice in Wonderland. So,
yeah,
is there any
I was
other? Yeah. So my question
yeah.
is for both of you, everybody can. Is there any other sequel for an animated movie you would like to see live action, like the take with Alice in Wonderland and Christopher Robin?
I mean, I actually would love to see a sequel to Beauty and the Beast.
Do you think there's more
Do you
than?
think there's more of a story to tell?
Hey, I mean, I think they could easily they could find a way to do if they wanted to do a sequel to Beauty and the Beast. I think they will find a way. Whether it's like a new curse or something, or I don't know, like whether I think they can find something interesting. I don't know off the top of my head sort of what they could do to do a sequel.
But
Um,
Malcolm, and I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, but this is a similar issue I had to a lot of direct-to-DVD Disney movies. Why do you want to see what happens after Happily Ever After?
That's what happened to Shrek 4. Remember, guys?
big,
Well, yeah, well, yeah, Beauty and there's a good, Cameron Holtman, you need to mention in the chat, he's not a fan of Beauty and the Beast, as has pretty much the same point as Matt. It does not add as much. Let's see. Well,
It just kind of is shot by shot. Like, it adds stuff, but like the stuff with the biggest thing it added was like it added the mom like died and you find out why. But that also presents the biggest issue of the movie, which is the Beast has this book that could transport you anywhere. Like that. And then when all this shit's going down with Belle's father and everything, she gets on a horse and rides as fast as possible to save him. Use the fucking book that can transport you anywhere.
I don't think you understand that the book takes you to the moment. It's not a time traveling machine. It takes you to a moment in time to experience
What do you mean? They go to their apartment and there's no one in there. It's decrepit, like no one's lived there for years.
You're like a ghost. You're like a ghost.
how do we know they physically went there? They could just be.
They literally pick up the mask of the doctor. Beast picks up the mask.
Matt is questioning a lot. So this year alone, we're gonna have 5 Disney remakes. It's crazy to think about. It's Dumbo, Aladdin, The Lion King, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, and Lady in the Tramp, which is going to come.
Don't get me started on Lion King. It's not live action, people.
Let's just keep it up. Let's just start. At the end of the year, let's say Matt gets to watch it all because he finally has time and he needs to start working and going to the movies more regularly, so he can be in the next season of Gone with the Wind, which I think we're coming back like in July.
So better be back.
Okay.
Be on it.
So Matt is gonna start working and he's gonna start getting his shit together to watch about 100 movies a year. So Matt, at the end of the year, how do you think they will rank? I want to mention Dumbo, Aladdin, The Lion King, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, and Lady in the Tramp.
Maleficent's gonna be the worst because that first movie is crap. Angela Lee is fucking terrible as that character. So that one's going to be definitely the worst of all of them. The best? I mean, goddamn. I don't even know. I mean, the least worst? That's a really difficult question. I don't even have an answer for it.
Malcolm, do you have an answer to the question I asked to Matt?
I mean, I honestly don't know. I mean, I kind of with Matt. I do think Maleficent 2 will be probably the worst. I mean, I haven't seen the first one, but I wasn't really interested by the trailer.
Don't waste your time.
But it's going to be hard because, like, at the moment, I'll probably because I've seen one of them, which is Dumbo. I think at the moment that's probably the best, but then again, it's the only one I've seen.
You guys have serious? Well, have you guys watched the Jungle Book, the 2016 one?
Yeah, I've seen the Jungle Book.
Yeah, but
it's okay.
Yeah, totally. I think it's really good. It's a really fantastic movie. You don't have any hope in that Jon Favreau can nail The Lion King?
No, because I just don't. I believe we're gonna get Beauty and the Beast all over again. If we're gonna get, and from what I've heard about Aladdin, which is we're gonna get a movie that is going to take the same story, the same characters, and it's going to add a couple of things to it, but I just don't see, because The Lion King is already a great movie. I just don't see what Jon Favreau is going to add to it to make it. Just look at Jungle Book. Jungle Book, he took an animated movie that was pretty darn good. He changed a couple of things, and that was it, but it wasn't like this mind-blowing, and that's my opinion. If you love Jungle Book, but like I just don't see The Lion King being this amazing. Like we've never seen the Jungle Book as great as this. Like one of the most celebrated animated films of all time, being topped by the director of Zephora. I don't see it. That's a callback to Fabio.
Yeah. I mean, with the Lion King, I've kind of got. I mean, this the fish thing I've seen a lot of criticism with the live action of Remakes is like a lot of people. And this isn't knocking you at all, Matt, but I've seen a lot of people go like Remakes have to completely change the story, completely tear it apart.
No.
They need to be justified. I think they need to be justified. Matt, let Malcolm finish his point.
But because I mean, for me with the live action remakes, like it doesn't bother me that it's the bare bone story, because with Disney they took the basic story from the original fairy tales and like there's only so much you can add to them while them still being good for kids, because the original fairy tales that they're based on are gruesome. The original fairy tales are not kids' movies.
Well, I mean, a lot of the Disney movie. Has anyone here watched Snow White recently? That movie gets freaking dark.
She gets gangbanged by 7 little people. Let's continue with the show. Malcolm, do you have anything else to say?
Yeah, no, what I was about to say is in the book of Cinderella, they chop the stepsister's feet off.
Yeah, it's real.
So
really messed up.
Yeah, so you compare that to what you see in the Disney things, like the Disney bits of movies based on those books are actually
but they're adaptations. That's
that's what I'm saying is that like when you're doing turning that same story to live action, like I think it's why you can kind of get away with having it the same story, because it's showing that story again and making it, because let's face it, I mean a lot of the audience these days, if you show there's a reason we haven't seen a lot of hand-drawn animated movies anymore, because I can't remember what the last hand-drawn animated movie it was.
Indie?
But I mean it's mostly been with the exception of anime, because anime is always hand drawn, but like all we've been seeing is like computer generated, like animated. So I think this is their way of kind of going, well, let's do these live action. That way we get the story and show it to a new audience that might want to see a live action version of it. I mean, the Lion King one was one that I still think was unnecessary because there is no humans in there at all.
Animated people. I've said it on this show since it was announced. Unless there are real lions in it, it's just another animated movie.
Okay, so Cameron Holzman actually answered my question. He actually ranked the ones he think it was going to be better. So he said Lion King, Maleficent 2, Aladdin, Dumbo, Lady and the Tramp. I think I really didn't. I kind of
Maleficent 2 is gonna be.
Well, I don't know if he was watching Aladdin. No, yeah. So I don't know what the difference there. Well, let's move on to the last part of the show. We're usually getting to a debate right now, but I'm gonna bring back one of my favorite games of all time, which I don't know if I invented or not. It's food or sex position. If you're a viewer of late night
family game night, I think is
family game night, the dirtiest, more terrible show in this channel. You're gonna enjoy this.
We're about to get flagged.
We're gonna add some spice. We're gonna add some cayenne, maybe some some paprika. I don't know. What do you like? What's your favorite spice, Michael? He likes cinnamon. Continue. So this is the thing. I'm gonna go with 7. Okay, seven different foods or sex positions, and I'm gonna give it to each one of you. And if you say it's a food, you have to describe me the food. If you said it's a sex position, you have to describe me the sex position. Okay? So this is gonna get interesting, people. That's why I allow myself to be in the show. So let's go with Marco. You wanna go first?
Matt, go first.
Matt, you're gonna go first. Matt, your first food is the Mexican brownie.
I'm sorry, the Mexican
Brownie.
brownie. Okay. Okay, that's I'll be right back.
I think he's gonna go for some Mexican guy. So Malcolm, do you wanna go with that one? And let's go back with Matt, or you want your second option?
um, I'll go with that one.
So describe me the Mexican brownie. First of all, is it a food or a sex position?
I mean, I think it's the food because I think it's probably a chocolate brownie made with like chilies and stuff. And
Malcolm, you're damn correct. The Mexican brownie is just a little bit of cayenne pepper, which is actually done in Mexico. But you're definitely correct. That's a Mexican brownie. So this is my pitch if you go into a sex position venture.
Oh God, what did I
It's
enter back
an
into?
anal.
I have my answer for the Mexican brownie, by the
Okay,
way.
so tell me.
Okay, so it's a food.
Okay,
Pretty much
and
the Mexican brownie is what you do is you take kind of like your run of the mill like Pillsbury like brownie mix, but then you also take what you would make for like churros. And so you kind of combine. So it's kind of like a churro brownie, but I don't know.
interesting. It's a patashu, something it's called like that. I know how to make churros. They're really easy to make.
Churros are great. I'm not like I would love a churro brownie.
Okay, so Matt, you're incorrect. Malcolm said it correctly. The Mexican brownie is actually just brownies with a little cayenne
Okay,
pepper.
I forgot how this game worked. I thought this was you give us it and we pitch it as either a food or a sex position.
You know, that's why if I ask you, you said is it a food or a sex position, and you pitch me why and how to describe it, and we'll see how close
Oh,
you
okay.
are.
Okay.
Okay, so Matt, you left, so you're gonna get a second one. So
Okay.
the second one is the butter shortener.
The
See,
Potter.
I'm gonna put it in the chat because my
Okay, yeah, the
pronunciation is not
Potter Shire.
butter shortener.
butter churner.
Sure.
Butter churner. That is a sex position.
Okay, and describe it to me.
All right. This is something when ye old Amish people get a little naughty. The women show their ankles. They go to the old butter churner. And,
Oh, I understand that. Well, Cameron Holtman's on fire. I think he has experience with this exposition. He has gotten both right. But what goes up and down, what goes up and down and in and out. Two people mimicking a popular hipster pastime, making one's own dairy products. So let's go with Malcolm.
dude, I was
You're right.
fucking right.
Yeah, you were right. So Malcolm, your second one or third one, depends how we wanna see it, is the fully loaded cow. Cow.
Oh my god.
Is it a food or a sex position?
I think it's a food, and I think it's like a kale with various bits of like maybe mince or something, and like wrapped around as like yeah.
Yeah, I understand. You're probably with a little beans or
Yes, yeah, something like that.
yeah. Actually, it's food. You are correct, but it's a kale salad loaded with things. You know, it can be
That's what I
bacon.
thought. I thought like
Yeah, it can be
fully
some.
loaded kale. Like
Yeah, it can be
sounds
some
like-
avocado, maybe some potatoes. I don't know why. It can be some ketchup. You know, people are into ketchup. I put ketchup in my hot dogs. Don't criticize me. Fuck you, Avengers Endgame. And in the first scene with the kids, they die. Okay.
Cameron Holtzman brings up a good point in the chat. Why would a sex position have the word kale in its title?
I don't know. People are into some weird shit right
Don't hey, no kink shaming here.
now. Okay, so continue with the who was next? Matt.
I guess I'm up. What?
Matt, are you reading your position? I'm gonna say it as best
I'm
as
reading it. The art.
artisanal pickle. Matt,
Okay.
is it a sex position or is it a food?
See, this is my issue here. Because it could be. The title suggests that it should be a sex position, but it could also be like if I was working for like like a pickle company, I'd be like, we should fucking call this pickle this. I'm gonna say it's a food.
You're damn correct, man. It's just a food, which is packed in a cuter, jar. We can call it like that.
Yeah, pickle jar.
Yeah, it's just a little fancy. It's just a fancy pickle.
Oh, is it one of those like small ones that you see served with like cheese
I don't know.
and the mini
Probably.
salami?
And you're sticking in your ass, usually. I don't know. Malcolm, this is number 5. We're missing. We say we're gonna do 7, right? If it is
Yeah.
gonna do 5, I'm having way too much fun, so we're gonna do 7.
Okay. You said 7 anyway.
Okay. Malcolm, your next one is the hot kombucha. The hot kombucha.
I think it's food, but I'm pretty sure kombucha is a type of tea.
You're correct. It's fermented as pickle we mentioned earlier. Kombucha left sitting out in the sun. Walls, you planted succulents in your urban garden, or lesser hipsters. Kombucha warm up into the microwave. That's the hot kombucha. Oh, it's a hipster drink. Cameron Holtman is correct. Next one, Matthew Kearns.
Yes.
The next one is the deflower.
That's got to be a sex position, and I think it's a very classic one between a man and a woman.
Okay.
Just lost our entire female audience there, by the way.
So I just want to describe it to you.
Okay.
It's just like the missionary, but with legs up.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Abe.
Have you watched American Pie? Have you watched American Pie? I think it's the second or third one. It's that what they're making. That's the deflower.
Okay.
I was thinking, deflower, I was thinking more of, anal penetration, but that's just my opinion, I've never done anal and I don't want to try it. So continue. Malcolm, this is the last one. You get this right, you're gonna get absolutely nothing. But if you get it wrong,
you will get Abe's respect for knowing the difference between food and sex position.
If you get it wrong, you're gonna be banned from the Take 3 chat, and you're gonna give up ranking this weekend to me. Because I'm killing it hosting this show.
Boy, I really hope you get it wrong, Chuckle, because I want to see that shit store.
So the position is the ramp.
That has to be a sex position.
Oh, Malcolm, give me the keys to rank him. Because it's a hipster food. Yes. It's a single organic caramelized ramp atop your slow cooked polenta. But no more.
Malcolm, the hipsters gotcha.
Give me that fucking ranking case, because I'm keeping every single show in Take 3. Listen, Kristen Smith, I'm looking at you.
You can't touch second look.
That summit, it's me. Rhyme and Reason, Sandy, you have a new partner.
Yes. Yeah, the summit is Abe's. That's why we haven't had one go up in a couple of weeks.
Go fuck yourself. Well, let's continue. This is the end of the show.
Don't you mean go deflower myself?
Sure, you can put pickles in your anus. This is
also,
yeah. Continue.
Also, Cameron Holswood brings up in the chat that he's the entirety of the audience. The female audience left a long time ago.
You're damn right. So finally,
just like in general today, right?
This is the end of the show.
Oh, really?
Malcolm, yeah, because
show.
It's an hour and 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Yeah. I have nothing else planned, and I want to watch a movie.
There it is. I was going to watch Dante's Peak tonight, so this actually does.
Okay, so now Malcolm,
not the movie, just
Dante's what's Peak. Your favorite strip club name, and location, so I know where to go in New Zealand whenever I visit in 10 years.
Oh, the Frodo Baggins tackle.
I mean, in my city, we've got you can always visit Larnock's Castle.
Ooh.
And give me your plugs.
Medieval times.
Was that so? Was that other one?
Where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Tape 3 hosting Random every Sunday night, so I'm not giving up my keys to Abe. But you can also find me hosting Full Metal Random every Tuesday. This week we've got How I Met Your Mother match with Brooklyn versus Robert versus Ryan Payne. So that should be really interesting. And also you can find me Twitter, Letterboxd, and Stardust at Melkor.
Thank you, Malcolm, very much. Matthew Kearns. I know you from a while. I have to say you. Second look, it's mine too right now. So,
I
coming
guess that's
up
also why it hasn't come up in a
first
while.
Monday of June, we're gonna
What?
have the second look episode of American Pie Reunion. I want to break down what movie is fantastic.
I thought for sure he was going to say Boogie Nights.
So Matthew Kearns,
Jesus, not of
give
all
me-
the American Pie sequels. Why'd you have to go with that one?
give me your plugs and where not to find it, and give me the best strip club in New York City, even though you cannot afford it.
Okay, so street food?
A strip club where you
Strip
see
club?
naked
The
women.
best strip
Yes.
club? I mean, Scores is a classic in the city.
His
That's
score. So used to
score.
show you we have a bunch of purpose in take 3 because Abe has
I live-
never been
I'm
into a
sorry.
strip club.
I live like an hour outside of New York City. There are several.
Matthew Kearns, give me your plugs.
I
No
live
more.
down the street. Abe, you would love this. There's a gentleman's club on the way to my high school
Dude,
that
that's
my
how you
bus
got it?
took every day.
Matthew Kearns, give me your plugs.
We also saw an
Camera
old man going up the ramp in there one day. You guys, as always, can find me at Kearns_Matthew on Twitter, MattMovies611 on YouTube and WordPress, and right here as host of Second Look and Rhyme and Reason with Sandy Robinson. Episodes will be returning soon. Second Look on Moneyball will be coming out hopefully next week, and you can also sometimes find me on the summit when Abe decides to post it.
I want to post it tomorrow. I'm saying right now the episode of 2 weeks ago
Why?
because I had a
The matches aired like weeks ago.
Get the fuck out. Okay. So that's it. Cameron, I don't know if you've been watching this fucking channel for a while, but I've always been the sex master, even though I haven't get laid in 2 years.
Also, Kevin Hoswell said in the chat, Dante's Peak sounds like it could be a hipster food or a sex position.
Right? You know what? Don't ruin my Pierce Brosnan.
Okay, so let's just end this incredible show. I think I killed it. I think I'm now the new host of Late Night with Take 3. Brooklyn Bell, suck it. You can take the summit if you want. I don't care. So see you next week. Follow me on Twitter at AbrahamF25. And remember, don't play with your pickle.